You're young, and everyone keeps telling you that you have time. But the truth is, a lot of people waste their entire 20s because no one ever says the things they actually need to hear. The Stoics didn't sugarcoat life, and if they were here today, they'd warn you about the very traps most people walk straight into before they even turn 20. So if you feel lost, pressured, behind, or unsure of who you're becoming, listen closely, because these truths are harsh, but they can save you years of pain if you absorb them now. Life won't slow down for you to figure things out. You are becoming someone every single day, even when you're not conscious of it. Every habit you repeat, every thought you accept, every distraction you choose, those choices are shaping your character, and you don't get to escape that responsibility. Epictetus said that your life is what your thoughts make it, and he wasn't exaggerating. If you fill your mind with comparison, noise, and comfort, that's what your future will look like. Most of the pain you feel at this age is created by expectations you inherited from somewhere else. Your parents, your school, your social media feed. Everyone has a blueprint for your life, except you. A Stoic would tell you to focus on what's in your control, because chasing someone else's definition of success is a guaranteed path to misery. You don't need to have your life sorted, but you do need to make your own decisions. One of the hardest truths is that friendships change faster than you expect. The people you grow up with won't always grow with you. Some will drift away, some will betray you, and some will cling to old versions of you that you've already outgrown. The Stoics remind us not to cling to things that are outside our control, even people. You can love someone and still accept that they no longer fit into your next chapter. That's not cruelty. That's maturity. You're not owed anything just because you're a good person. This is a painful one. You can work hard, be respectful, stay loyal, and life still won't hand you the things you want. Stoicism teaches that effort matters, but entitlement destroys you. The mindset of, "I deserve this," causes nothing but disappointment. Instead, aim to earn, not expect. Build, don't beg. You'll be amazed how much calmer life feels when you stop waiting for rewards and focus entirely on your actions. Another truth. Your emotions are real, but they are not reliable. Before 20, everything feels like it's happening at maximum volume. A small setback feels like the end of the world. A new crush feels like destiny. A failure feels permanent. But Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that emotions are like the weather, temporary, shifting, and not to be obeyed blindly. You don't have to suppress what you feel, but you do need to pause before letting your emotions steer your life. You don't have to respond instantly. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to take everything personally. You will waste years if you don't learn how to be alone. Not lonely, alone. There's a difference. Being alone is a skill, the ability to enjoy your own company, to sit with your thoughts without distraction, to create without validation, to think without noise. Stoicism is built on solitude. Marcus Aurelius wrote his journal entirely for himself. Epictetus lived with minimal possessions. Seneca warned constantly about the dangers of crowds and constant stimulation. If you can't handle boredom, you'll never handle freedom. If you constantly need company, approval, or entertainment, you'll be controlled by anything that offers them. Another truth you must hear. Discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. But discipline is a decision you make regardless of how you feel. The Stoics believed that character is built in small moments. Waking up when you said you would, studying when you don't feel like it, showing up even when your mind is looking for excuses. If you wait to feel ready, you'll wait forever. Most people never achieve anything meaningful, not because they lack talent, but because they lack consistency. Discipline is freedom disguised as effort. You're going to fail, and that's not only okay, it's necessary. The Stoics didn't fear failure because they understood that everything is a lesson. You're not supposed to get everything right. You're supposed to learn through trial, error, and reflection. Failing before 20 is a gift. It gives you data, perspective, and humility. The only real failure is refusing to try because you're scared of looking stupid. And if you're scared of embarrassment, that's another truth you need to face. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are. Everyone is too busy worrying about themselves to judge you. The spotlight effect, believing the world is watching you, is one of the biggest traps young people fall into. Once you realize how little people actually care about your mistakes, you start living with real freedom. Here's another harsh truth. Your time is worth more than your approval rating. You don't need to please everyone. You don't need to respond instantly. You don't need to be available 24/7. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is learning how to say no without guilt. When you say yes to everything, you're actually saying no to yourself. Protect your time early, or the world will take it from you. Your body and mind will not maintain themselves. If you don't take care of your health now, you'll pay for it later. The Stoics treated the body as a vessel for the mind. They exercised, ate simply, and practiced restraint. Neglecting your health in your teens might not show consequences yet, but those habits compound. If you learn to respect your body early, you'll carry strength, not regret, into adulthood. Here's a truth most people avoid. You are replaceable in almost every area of life, except your personal relationships. Jobs, schools, teams, they can replace you in a second. That's why the Stoics valued character over status. Instead of trying to be irreplaceable to institutions, be irreplaceable to the people you love. Be someone whose presence brings calm, reliability, and honesty. That matters more than any achievement you chase. Another thing, comparison is a thief, and the internet makes it a full-time job. Before 20, you're constantly measuring yourself against people who are older, richer, more attractive, or more successful. But Stoicism teaches that comparison is irrational because everyone lives under different circumstances, timelines, and struggles. You can't compare your path to someone else's highlight reel. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. If you can improve even one small thing daily, you're already winning. The next truth is simple, but difficult to swallow. You won't feel confident until after you show up, not before. Confidence doesn't come first, it's the result of courage. Most people wait to act until they feel confident, and that's why they never start. Do the thing while scared. Speak while nervous. Try while unprepared. Confidence comes from evidence, and evidence comes from action. Finally, the last truth you need to hear is the most important. Your life is your responsibility. Not your parents', not society's, not your circumstances. The Stoics believed that while you cannot control what happens to you, you have total control over how you respond. And that response determines the quality of your life. Before 20, it's easy to blame the world, your upbringing, your environment. But the moment you take ownership, real ownership, your entire life changes. You stop waiting. You stop complaining. You stop depending on luck, timing, or other people. You start building. You start choosing. You start becoming who you were meant to be. Responsibility is not a burden. It's power. And that's the reality. The world is chaotic, unpredictable, often unfair. But with a Stoic mindset, you're no longer a victim of it. You're a participant, calm, focused, and unshakable. If you absorb these truths now, you'll enter adulthood not lost and reactive, but grounded, disciplined, and aware. That's the advantage the Stoics offer. That is the power you can carry into your 20s and far beyond.